Day's green is soon going to turn to a nightmare because the blinds have gone up. It's 2,000 and 4,000 now, and Ian Day is sitting there with nearly 10,000 in chips. And he's picked up the best hand.
That's exactly what he's going to need if he wants to stay alive with only 10,000 in chips. The ace 10. Maybe the time to make the move.
It's all in. All in. No fold. There he goes.
Exercises his all-in chip. As you pointed out, the blinds what they are. Got to do something.
Now, the problem is that Kohler in the big blind only has to call 6,000. Wow, that's a terrible fold right there. Kohler, as the chip leader, needs to throw in that 6,000 and try to take out a player there. That was quite charitable for you.
Surprised to get a flop.
It worked.
He certainly could have made that move.
What do you got, Ian?
Ian Day.
Oh, I've now got
very
16.
happy to take that down. That increases his stack up to 16,000 in chips. So
Not 10.
a decent bump compared to what he had. As our blinds increase.
It's not hard to fold this one.
I know how you feel. Fold.
Day has had a steady dive. Jack 3, 10 deuce.
At some point, you need to step on the pedal and make a few bluffs at least, because otherwise, as he's done, you bleed dry. We go to the flop two-handed, a 10, 6, and Jack.
Things going very well for our chip leader. Top pair, good kicker, bets it. Morton has virtually nothing. Easy win.
You being
Accused of being a big bully there. So John Kohler out in front, added to his stack. And again, Kohler not wanting to give up the cards immediately.
He too is playing his first time at a live game with actual chips and cards and people looking at him.
And compared to Ian Day, he's having much more success in his first live experience.
I bet the pot.
There you go.
Sorry? 14.
So the Jack 9 suited, Ian Day finally deciding it's time to be aggressive.
That 14,000 is almost all in for Ian Day. He has 2,000 left behind to bluff with. I don't think he's going to get called here, and that's another 6,000 Ian Day will add to his stack.
He'd probably be just happy nobody calling and taking the spot down.
Let's bet again.
Yes, he will. So Ian Day, a couple of hands in a row here, trying to hold on tight to that padding and stick around and play some speed poker inside the poker dome.
John, I know it seems insane, but in 2 hands, Ian Day has more than doubled his chip stack, and he hasn't had a single confrontation.
He hasn't had to do anything other than raise. A lot of kings out pre-flop.
What is the pot?
Elizabeth,
I'll fold.
she asked a lot of questions and wasted a little time, but decided to let it go.
Call.
Morton's tempted to do something.
Day gets a free look at the flop. Out of the big blind.
Three-handed, going to the flop. A 4, a 5, and a 6. Day needing it and catching it with top pair.
All in.
Tosses the all-in chip.
18,000.
And waits to see if he gets any action.
Yeah. 18.
Day hoping somebody will call with a draw. No customers this time.
There he goes, 3 hands in a row for Ian Day, pumping up his chips, more than doubling them. But he's doing his best to stay alive there. Taking a look at the leaderboard, and John Kohler out of Phoenix, Arizona, he's been leading the way for a while. The most immediate story, Ian Day was all the way down to only 10,000 in chips. He has tripled up in a matter of 3 hands, so finds himself a little more breathing room, Michael.
Elizabeth Massey, the short stack, blinds at 2,000 and 4,000. If she doesn't get active this hand, it will have to be the next hand. She cannot afford to sit around any longer.
John Kelly alongside Michael Koenig and Leanne Tweeden along for our ride for interviews and the big checking presentation. Ian Day again.
A raise.
A chance to raise your
10,000.
pre-flop as he's done 3 straight hands. This is number 4,
12 total.
the ace of 7.
12 total.
Not appealing enough to craft check. Day again. He's got a mini vacuum out there. Look at dirt dough. Just soaking up some chips.
4 in a row for the man from Kent, England.
That's a
He's
stop
train
showing
driver
now.
back there.
That's a stop showing.
Right now.
Nicely said. Yeah, he was the caboose for a while. Now he's picking a little steam. That would be a big turnaround to go from bottom of the pile to leader. Got a lot of work ahead of him.
Schrader just folded his best hand.
Fold.
Interesting. Looking like his ace with that kicker.
Battle of the blinds.
Can't believe it.
Wow. Another walk.
So Elizabeth Massey will take that one down. She's a big-time Trekkie hoping to beam some chips over to her stack. And lives out of Phoenix, Arizona. She digs adventure, once rafted down the American River. And as a housewife, I think she's taken a liking to something that we will call home improvement. She digs getting it done around the house.
I've always had a passion for interior design. I had the brainstorm of starting up a neighborhood volunteer design group. I recently gave up interior design to play poker. Poker has given me a different kind of challenge that I haven't had before, and I just love the game.
So, Michael, I guess we're kind of looking at poker's version of Martha Stewart.
Yeah, we could certainly use her here now.
Okay, mate.
Nice work, Elizabeth.
Absolutely, but so far, she is the short stack. We'll see if she can turn some designs here on the felt to look a little prettier in front of her.
I shall fold.
6 will fold.
800.
Raise.
Back to the hundreds.
Still trying to get in cheap. Still trying to get in cheap.
And a
Giving
call.
tremendously good odds for the big blind. Kohler to call.
We'll go to that flop two-handed.
Keep calling hundreds. I'm looking for the green chips.
3, 3, and a 7. Kohler's still the best hand with his queen.
Check.
Kravchuk needs to bet here. He made that very curious double raise before the flop. He needs to back it up. He does.
10,000.
It's good work.
Hey, at least you got the 1,000 for
Grab me by
right?
the back and drag me out of here if I do that again. Oh, don't you really make that?
Oh, man.
Well, Michael, you called it. He needed a bet. That's exactly what he did. I like the vibe. People starting to loosen up a little
Can
bit.
you give him
Get some
1,000
banner
back?
going here. Enjoy your surroundings. Maybe getting a little more comfortable as this goes. Talk about all night.
You know,
2 foot.
I got to tell you, I'm actually reading it the other way. I think this is almost like nervous energy being released. I actually think they're getting tighter.
Once each round.
You know, when you see the big blinds getting
I've
longer,
seen the same hand like
blinds
5
getting
times.
higher, you know, people, they don't want to go out first. And as these blinds get higher, they realize the end is really getting near.
I'm starting to learn now. I'm getting pretty good at
Only
it, too.
6 players.
Yeah,
They
I've done
don't
it
want to be
all
one of
in
those people.
And check.
Kohler with the ace. At least loosening up as far as the banter, which is nice when you're inside that tone. The flop comes 8, 2, and 10. We are two-handed.
Big flop for Horton.
Monster there.
2 pair.
That's a beautiful thing when you're sitting with a mere 10-2 in your hand.
Chips and just put them in like that.
Yeah.
10,000 chips.
10,000.
Horton betting strong.
And Kohler, despite all those extra chips, really doesn't have a legitimate draw. He's going to have to hit it.
Come on. I'm dead.
I only played like, what, 3, 4 nights.
Russ Horton taking this pot down. Well, things are starting to move in the direction of more pressure inside the MansionPro.com Poker Dome Challenge. We'll be back after this.